Okay, I'm on the thing now. Hello.
Hi, sorry, good to sign up there. Okay, let me share a screen here. Okay, so this is the next page of our perusal of the book. Chalukas Ayimama Lashos, dividing the shofar day into hours. Hamunaf Sha'ah, the concept of an hour. We mentioned this, we did this paragraph last week, but since we have the chart in front of us, let's do it again. It doesn't appear in the Tanakh. In Daniel, Mufiyam Namba Bituy Shah Chada, Achsham Pirusha Zman Katzar means a Shom Natan Kedech Pirusha Shel Rega B'Lashon Ha'am V'Gam B'Mikra, like when we say Rega. Hamunach Shal the tune 112 Shel Chei Kayom HaMu'ar Mufiyam BaMishnah. It appears in the Mishnah. L'Dugma Ochlin.
Kol Arba.
Kol Arba. We eat all four first hours. Chametz Erpetz and Necha Rakat Sof Shli Shayom. Chametz Erpetz when even a third day. Can Rabbi Gvos Hashonei Hashemesh Shecharu La'aretz V'Sof Yimei Ba'ishay. Okay, so now we have what seems to be a simple chart, but it's not. So we'll start with number one. Okay, number one, Chalukas Ma'agal Hayamama L'Tu, dividing the cycle of the day into two. Yom V'Layla. So that's the inner circle of these concentric circles. That's the division of the day into two parts, the Yom and the Layla. Hayamama Mechulekes L'Shnei Chalukim. The day is divided into two parts, Yom V'Layla. Chalukah Rishonis V'Tivis. This is a natural and initial distinction. Hanitenes L'Avchana Miyadis, which can be discerned immediately by calling Kima Yom or Yom L'Chosh Chalayla Ba'er Ba'Boker Yom Echad. Okay, so now this part is not on the bottom of each of these boxes here is cut off on the screen, but so we are from the book. Because Hashemesh Kiyasa, the rise of the sun and its setting, they can serve as signs, clear signs, and agreed upon signs, to determine the distinction between day and night. Okay, the second concentric circle, number two, is Chalukas HaMagal Arba, dividing the wheel into four. Chatzos Yom, Chatzos Laila. We add on a high noon and high midnight. Chalukas HaYom, Achelak HaMu'or Shel Yama, Mama L'Shnei Chalakim, dividing up the illuminated part of the day to two parts. Begam is also natural. Everybody can tell, approximately. At the moment of high noon, or the shadow is at its shortest extent. The sun is overhead of all people. On the other end, distinguishing and midnight, a narrow. It's not there. It shows that we need special tools in order to signify this hour. The third concentric circle. Chalukah Shel 3 plus 3. Boker, Sarayim, Erev. And we already discussed this in the last chart, but Chalukah Sayom L'Shlosh Kochen, the Chalukah of the day to three parts, V'Alayla Shlosh Ashmaros, and the night, the three watches. Hikduma mode is very ancient. Boker, Chelek Masomach L'Zricha. Boker is the part of the day which is adjacent to the sunrise. Erev, Chelek Hayom Masomach L'Shkia, the part of the day which is adjacent to the sunset. So Rayim, Zugi, which is a language of double, Shnei Chelkei Hayom, we mentioned this last week, the two parts of the day, Asmuch Chatzos Hayom, which are adjacent on either side of high noon. Corresponding to these three, the night is also divided into three. Three Ashmaros, three watches. The Mikra and these Keres Ashmaros are Boker Vashmaros Atichona. Pasuk in Shmos mentions the first watch, and the Pasuk in Shoftim mentions the middle watch. Chalukas, now we get to the fourth circle. Chalukas Ma'agal HaYimama 12. So divide up into 12. Shah Gedola. Aydei Chalukas kol chelik me 6 chelkei yamama sheba igul le3 by dividing each of the 6 parts of the day, the 24-hour day, into 2 chalakim, to two parts. Niskabush 12 chalakim. We get 12 chalakim, 6 layom and 6 lalayla. Chazal karu l'chol chelik kazeh, so 1/12 yamama, l'shem shah gedola, which is equivalent to our 2 hours. Now this is not anywhere in the Gemara. There's no such thing as shah gedola in the Gemara. It doesn't exist. He's going to bring down in a minute that's from Pirkei Rabbi Eliezer. Look at Shnei Mitzvah Hitima Gam Chalukas Hagalgal Hakarakia. The Shnei Mitzvah Mazalos. It also helps for the constellations, buying the hours they go into constellations. Chalukas Oisam Kulas Kupa Hatikos Eitza Bavlim was accepted by the Babylonians who moved to Pirkei Rabbi Eliezer. It's brought down Pirkei Rabbi Eliezer came a Brisa the Shmuel of Od. Again, these are external to Gemara. They're not part of our Shas, Bavli, or Yerushalmi. Okay.
Does that make them less authoritative?
Yes. Makes them less relevant. It doesn't appear in halacha anywhere.
Okay.
I don't know if authoritative is the right word. Makes them less relevant, less pertinent, less significant. Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to insult the Pirkei Rabbi Eliezer and Bryce and the Shmuel, but it is secondary source. Okay, number 5. That's the outer circle. That's divided up into what it says shah regila, a customary hour. 24 shows megilas miyamama. Chalukas 12 haisanocha. It was very easy, convenient. Aval came with Chalukas shows my son he fredas me'alayla. Since dividing the day hours of the day was separate than dividing the hours of the night. Chalukah 6 shows gedolos lo yisanocha. I'm not sure why not. Not clear. I mean, seems noch to me. It just doesn't seem that it's very practical, because then you end up with zmanim like zman kriya shema, where it ends in the middle after 1.5 shows gedolos. So,
Right.
okay, I don't think that's not noach. I guess not noach to use. The case pasha shita. Therefore, they expanded and became about the approach. Levia machakim is kukayom the 12 shows le 12 shows, 12 hours each. But you yacha 24 shows be mama altogether 24 hours in the day. Because we skabe chalukas kol show gedolos shtei shows. Divide up every big hour into 2 hours. In other words, we very rarely find the idea of shows gedolos. Okay, so chelkei hashah. I can stop screen sharing because it's not part of the page. Chelkei hashah, the parts of the hour. The ancients divided up the sphere of the heavens into 12 constellations. Every constellation is operative for 30 degrees. Mikan chalukas hamagol is 360 degrees. That's why a circle is 360 degrees. The day was also divided based on this principle. The 12 shows gedolos, the 12 large hours. And each of these large hours has 30 degrees. The large hours divided into 2. The kachlis kabu 24 shows pshutos b'yamama. That way you got the 24 simple hours in the day, in the 24-hour day. So each of these shows kilos is 15 parts, malos, degrees. Shikru gam m'shem cheilin. I don't know if I've ever seen that term before, but as a matter of fact, I have never seen that term before. So cheilin evidently is what he describes as degrees.
Okay.
Okay. Be that as it may. Okay, now he says Chelke Shabbos Yifusa Talmudis, the parts of the hour in the Talmudic literature. The Savusa Talmudis Motzim in the Talmudic literature you find the Shush Masiv or practical usage. Chalkosa Shos Chatzei Bevad. The hours are divided to halves, only halves. Moshos Bad Minchoktana, for example, time Minchoktana, Nikba Latesha Shos Umechta. It's 9.5 hours after the beginning of the day. In other words, 2.5 hours before Shkias HaShemesh, before sunset. Okay, I don't know if this is the reason, but this is the way, it's true that the sundials of those days, so you're going to couldn't be medayik more than half hours. Now that's just bad. Yeah, it's kind of weird because why would we set the time for halachic time based on how accurate our sundials are? So, but that's what he's. So I take issue with this description, but okay. On Namatigam, it's plag hamincha to shavarev neshkia. Good question. You find plag hamincha, which is an hour and a quarter for shkia. That's the end of the time mincha ketana, right? Beginning of time, you can actually have a marriage. If you daven mincha before plag, you daven marriage after plag. So it's a quarter of an hour kasha, right? Between minuach sha'ava reva el plag hamincha. You can't eat on asik shasha lochu kol revayim. That's he says.
You don't care for that.
Can't divide the hour into quarters, even though he just said that plag hamincha is an hour and a quarter before shkia. Okay, I don't understand why he has. Maybe they had advanced from those. I don't know. Anyway, from a analytic point perspective, there was 24 division 24. B'shah 24 onos. In an hour there were 24 onos. B'onah 24 itim. In an onah there were 24 itim. B'ace 24 regaim. What 24 times 24 times 24?
A lot.
Don't you have a degree in mathematics or something like that?
No, in computers, but that just means I'm really good at using a calculator.
Okay. Well, we'll get the calculator. 24 times 24 times 24 equals 13,824.
Okay.
So I have no idea where that number comes from. There's a Pito Sefter Reish Brachas the Rosh Hashanah Yerushalmi. Oh, actually, I do remember that Yerushalmi. You know what? I remember it does say that there. Perek Av Alach Gimel. But seems she told us about Chaluka in Yunis. We find additional examples of an analytic division. She Biglau Shibushim Shenaflu Bahen, because of distortions which occur in them. Hein in Yom Machkar, they are something which is being
Investigate.
CJ is mining the Bornstein, our buddy Bornstein, Amud 270. Okay, let's go to the I guess in the middle. How to buy an hour according to the cheshbonos of the Hebrew calendar. From their researches, it becomes real tashi b'chil cheshbonos lelוח העברי מבוססים על חלוקת השעה ל-15 chelin. The hours by 15 chelin, which is obviously 4 minutes each. ומידס חדשה של הבנה היה כת ימים, יב שעות וי"א מילין. chelin, I can say milin. chelin, and 11 chelin. Which אומנם לאחר שדקדקו, so 11 chelin be 11 times 4, which would be 44 minutes, right?
Yes, so.
So, Ulam Achashitiku, Matsu Shiesh Losia Midazu, or Chelik Echad, they were more meticulous. They decided to have to add on one part, 1080 shosha. I think that means that 14. Does that? Okay, I guess that 14 chelin equals 792 halakim. What's 792 divided 1080 divided by 1080 divided by 792. 1080 divided by 792 equals 1.36 of an hour. 1.36 of an hour, 0.36 times 60. I don't know, that doesn't make any sense. No, that's no, it's 36/60th of an hour. 792 halakim is one. It sounded like 36 minutes to me. Am I making a mistake here?
792 over
What?
1080. 792 divided by 1080. It's about 3/4 of an hour.
Okay, I guess so. I guess it's that. It sounds like it's off a little bit, but whatever. Maybe as it may. So in order to make the chesed on chodesh mediyak, utzuchu chamei b'el chalekes hashah with 1080 halakim. So they redistributed the hour, as opposed to 15 parts. They made 1080 parts. Likvas midas chodesh kaf tes yomim yabeshos v'tashtzad halakim. Mean tatrat b'shah. 793 out of 1080. B'sham uchoyos there later. From chashiv kavos api Rav Ada. Hutzukal chalek es a rega chalek es a chelek with 76 regoyim. Oh boy, that I'm not familiar with either. They divide out the chelek into 76 regoyim, which means since the chelek is approximately 3.2 or 3.3 seconds, so a rega is approximately 1/24 of a second. Okay. Gain out the rega. Rega perusho. Something. There's something missing here, right?
Yeah, it's whited out. I don't know what it is.
Perusho something katsar. B'lashon probably. I don't know, but I probably said something like b'lashon am katzman katsar or something like that. V'chein move on no. B'lashon yamein. So it means today. Or b'lashon chazal, whatever. חשבון סלוח רבי כפי שהוסבר לעיל מובנו, חלק אחד מתוך 1080 times 76 של שעה, כלומר, בשעה, in an hour there are 82,080 רגעים, בלוסיפוס לתלמיד הנ"ל, חלק הוא אחד מתוך שעה,
24 by 24 by 24 של שעה.
Like 13,824 were going b'sha'ah. So the original rega, which he spoke about in column 1, there are 13,824 of them in an hour. The new rega, the 82,080 were going in an hour. Yamena yeshkim l'daka rega. Some people call a minute a rega, as in rock rega. Limnias bi'abul ratzui li'monamizeh. So to prevent confusion, change the way you talk. Immediately. Okay. Well, this should be easy. Hopefully we understand this. 15, lying down with 15 was not so easy, so convenient. You died to 15. You aren't going to get a half an hour, a quarter of an hour being a whole number. Mitam said therefore Bachruas mispar 60. They chose the number 60. Hashenis kabel yechlukas kol ma'alol 4, which is works by dividing each degree, the 15 degrees into 4. Okay, so 15 is still the number of degrees there are in an hour. But in order to make minutes, we multiplied 15 by 4. Piece of Kubelsi made a shitos hachaluka come on. That's what we have. It's interesting because that explains why we don't have 100 minutes an hour, which would have assumed to have been the natural division, right? No, doesn't work out well. It was 60 dakos, minutin. But dakos 60 shnios, sekundim. We saw shishim shlishios. Shana, shma, shna, shnia, in a second. 60 thirds. Hachaluka 60 nokomod. It's very good. Very convenient. It's an ancient division. 60, because 60, the mischalek divides into 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 12. Very convenient. It's shivrei ashah. It's also easy to express the parts of an hour. Chatzi shah is 30 dakos. Reva shah is 15 dakos. V'chulei. Okay. I think we will stop here because next page looks extremely complicated. That's where I started.
Okay.
You want to start it now?
But we'll save it for next week if you're going to keep scanning.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not quite sure I'm going to be able to finish it next week and then in 1 week because it's very dachus. Lots of material here. Okay, very good. Have a good week.
All right, you too. Shkoyach.
Bye.
Bye.